Hi everyone, it's Rax. We got the Diablo 4 Season 3 preview today. I'm going to go over it, give you a quick summary of it. In 2 days, we're going to have the campfire chat where I'm hoping they will give us much more details. And there will be patch notes there, and we can do a big analysis of everything there and figure out what we think is meta. This has been met with mixed reviews. There's some things here that I think are positive and some that are negative. Then you can let me know your own opinion, of course, in the comments. Here we go. So it's the season of the construct. We're going to get a new quest line helping uncover Zoltan Cool's legacy. Underneath Kekistan, we're going to go down there and we're going to figure out a bunch of things with robots, and we're eventually going to get a Seneschal Companion, a gigantic Scorpion Man. And Scorpion Man is going to have a lot of powers. So what we're going to get is we're going to get to choose two main abilities out of, I believe, 12 possible. So there's 12 total. You can pick two of them. And then you're going to link 3 supports to those abilities. Kind of reminds me of Path of Exile. You have a main skill and you link supports to it. So it's essentially like a pet with 2 4 links if you've ever played PoE. So right away, my initial thought here is actually decently positive, because first of all, the season theme is a little bit different from the other stuff. I can't take another sherbet colored Helltide. So the vaults, as we're going to see, have some different mechanics with some traps, some puzzles that you have to kind of solve, and which will give you higher rewards. But another thing that makes me feel pretty good about this is just kind of glancing through not really the main skills. The main skills, it's kind of hard reading which one would be the best one. You're just going to have to test it. But the support stone abilities that you can attach to those skills, some of them seem to be very, very powerful. Just as one example, resource support. The player gains an amount of primary resource when the supporting skill first does damage. So, if you find a skill that attacks very fast, and you give it resource support, and assuming it gives you a decent amount of resources, we haven't tested any of this, this could solve a resource problem for potentially a lot of builds. Imagine a Bone Spear Necro that can just throw Bone Spears whenever they want, because the pet is hitting them and giving them all of their essence back. Then, of course, we'd have to figure out the right combinations to attach to it as well. Maybe the attack speed makes sense, because I believe the resource thing only works on the first hit. So it's not like the chain hits help, but how many first hits can you get? So there's some interesting theory crafting here, and I am 100% sure that there's going to be very, very cool new builds that emerge or even edits to existing builds. For example, when you play a sorcerer, a lot of times in builds, you will take Firebolt as an enchantment slot to gain burning damage on enemies, so you can take the burning damage powers. Well, one of the supporting skills for one of the pets is you apply burning damage. So that would mean that you don't have to take the Firebolt enchantment slot. You can still take those passives, and then you open up a free enchantment slot for your character. And there's lots of things like this. I think there's poison and chill and da-da-da-da-da. There's very interesting combinations for all the theory crafters out there that either want to make a new build or make an existing build much better. So the positives here for me are, first of all, people like pets. People like companions, kind of like a follower with a 4-link. The supporting skills seem decently powerful. Another thing that I like about it is they have 2 stones down here that are kind of, I mean, they give us like this mysterious little message, but these kind of epic supporting stones that we're going to be looking for. And they absolutely need stuff like this, man. They need stuff like this in the game to chase after, to be excited about. These like pinnacle things to farm, but not just going to farm Uber Duriel for it. So that's pretty exciting to me. So another thing about this, another way that I view this is I believe Blizzard has said that they have two teams working on seasons. One team does the odd number of seasons, 1, 3, 5, 7, and the other team does 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, I think if you ask almost anybody who's ever played Diablo 4, Season 2 was way better than Season 1. Season 1 was not great with the Malignant Hearts. Well, if I compare what I'm seeing here compared to Season 1, and I know the bar isn't exactly that high for Season 1, I would say this is better. So for me, for this season team, I would say it's a win. So pretty cool. So another thing here is we're going to be doing vaults. And vaults, here we go, are a way to acquire these specific stones. And there is a way that you can juice the vaults and make them more difficult. And it wasn't exactly clear from reading the wording here. We should get more clarification in the campfire. But these pearls of warding increase the risk by exchanging them for stacks of Zoltan's warding at the vault entrance. Succeed and your reward will increase. But extra stacks of Zoltan's warding, which is a blessing that grants access to riches, which diminishes as you get hit by the little hazards here within these vaults. I don't understand how getting more of this makes it harder. So I think Pearls of Warding is definitely a way to juice up the vaults and make it more difficult for more rewards. It's just not exactly clear to me from this wording exactly how that will work. But in the end, you'll probably be doing fully juiced up vault to see what you can earn. And of course, looking for these pinnacle stones right here. Never done a vault, never seen an example of a vault. How fun will it be with the hazards and the traps? Not sure. There's also different ways that you can interact with this mechanic in the overworld as well. So I think it's explained right here. Yeah. So it'll be upon sanctuary, pouring from the underground vault to terrorize the innocents and the sinful. If you destroy lesser and elite constructs, you get the shattered stones. I believe this is a material to help you level the stuff up or get new ones. And then elite constructs give you the pearls, which is the juicing mechanic. So you don't have to just do vaults. You can interact with the season theme in other places. Now, it's not all good news. In fact, well, let's just look here. So Blizzard has touted Season 3 as the season of leaderboards with the Gauntlet. And now we learn that Season 3 will not launch with the Gauntlet. And it's going to be coming later on, and they'll have more information in a future blog. Now, I'm pretty sure what this means. I would say let's say 80% sure that it's just not done. It's just not ready. They have been speaking about this over and over and over. This is the big thing. And then it's not even there at the start. Another thing another possible reason that they don't have it launched and maybe they do have it done is a way to entice people to keep playing later on in the season, which to me would just be horrible if that was true. It would just be horrible because as a player and an enjoyer of ARPGs, I don't want you to stagnate your season powers and not put your best foot forward just to try to get me to stay with your game. There's a lot of good ARPGs. Last Epoch is launching within a month. There'll be a new PoE season. PoE 2 is coming. Titan Quest 2, I think, is coming. The Grim Dawn expansion. There's so many other games that we want to play. If you can't put your best foot forward, especially after advertising it for months, this makes me really sad, man. Another reason why this makes me sad is how the whole progression of this gauntlet is going to unfold because it doesn't launch in the beginning. Well, if it had launched in the beginning, to me, that would be the most exciting time possible because everyone starts at level 1. Nobody has anything. Nobody has the Uber Uniques from Duriel. No one's level 100. No one has their glyphs at 21. Everyone's frantically racing, trying to get strong, trying to put up, the best times that they can. No one has figured out what the bugged, exploited builds have been so far. That would have been extremely fun. If it comes out 4 weeks into the season, first of all, a lot of people have already checked out of the season by then. And you want to know who's going to put up the best times in the gauntlets? People that get fed 10,000 Duriel kills, have full Uber uniques and eye level 925 gear. They're going to win. And all the other people that have the similar gear, they'll have a time within 1 or 2 seconds of each other. And the meta will be established. Everyone will know the most broken builds for all the classes, and everyone will play that. I'm extremely disappointed by this. Very, very disheartening. I don't know how many other ways to say it. Feel real bad about that. Helltides are permanent. Instead of having the downtime, people will like that. WASD movement. Was not expecting this. In fact, I think at some point, WASD movement, they said it wasn't on their radar. And then boom, you just get it. So a lot of people love WASD movement in other games. Now you have it. Extra stash tab. People always crying about stash space. Got another tab. More quality of life updates. Okay, we don't really care about the battle pass and stuff like that. We'll learn more about that later. Sorry for the flashbang there. Another thing in the PC Gamer interview, some more information where your seneschal, your pet, can't die, and they scale with your character's power. Now, what exactly does that mean? Does it actually take into account my legendaries, my paragon nodes, anything like that? Or is it going to be a simple mathematical formula that looks at my life and my toughness and my attack power or whatever, and then it gives the pet that kind of a buff? I don't know, but we'll have to see. They don't want the Seneschal to become useless in the endgame. We'll see how that goes. My guess would be maybe their damage is going to be borderline useless, but their powers that they give you might be really strong. Would love to be wrong about that, but we'll see. I don't know anything more than you do. I haven't had a chance to test it or anything. And then there was another thing that they showed in here, buried somewhere, is they're coming out with new legendary powers and new unique items. We don't know what those are. Maybe they'll be released later. Maybe they'll be released in a blog post or in the campfire chat. But you will get new legendary powers, and there will be patch notes, of course. We can expect Ball Lightning to go down. Maybe Hoda will get nerfed. Maybe some things will get buffed. Anyway, that's the basic idea of what is coming out in Season 3. So, yeah, people are having very mixed reviews about this. Some people, this has completely deflated them, and they aren't excited for it at all. And they've pretty much lost hope in Diablo 4. Some people think the pets are cool, but there's no real end game to it. And I actually did a poll here. How do you feel about it? Zoom in a bit here. And I don't know how, I'm not going to count 69 KEKW. I'm not going to add up all these, but about 450 people. Most people gave it, let's call it an average of like a 6 out of 10. So, one mistake that I made with the vampire powers when I initially read about it, but I didn't actually try it, is I said, the vampire powers sound like it's like the same shit as Season 1. It's not going to be any fun, and it's going to suck. But the vampire powers were actually noticeably a lot better, in my opinion, than the malignant hearts. So I don't want to draw too many conclusions before I've actually played it. Here's one issue, though. I have a feeling that these pets are going to give us a lot of power. I do think that there's going to be certain combinations with certain builds that are just going to make the game very, very easy. It is true that the gauntlet will provide an end game in the sense that you bring in your own build and you try to clear stuff as fast as possible. So there is that. But for the most part, especially since we're waiting for the gauntlet, the main question I think everyone's going to be asking ourselves that gets pretty far into the season is, what exactly do I do with this powerful character that I have? What what do you do with it? Uh, you already pretty much one-shot Duriel. You can kill Uber Lilith easily. The Abattoir's gone. I guess we just wait for the Gauntlet. But I think too much waiting is going to really take the wind out of people's sails. I really don't know what happened. I'm guessing that they thought that they would have it done for the Season 3 launch, and then it just didn't happen. Is the most likely guess. If you got another conspiracy theory, let me know. But it's disappointing, man. So I hope the pets are great. I hope it's fun, but it's hard. It's hard to see. It's hard to know if this season is going to captivate people for an extended period of time. Will be good for the theory crafters to put together different combinations with the pets. That's going to be where the fun comes in. If you have fun doing that, then this is the season for you. And also looking for Evernight and Genesis. Maybe these are godly. But I appreciate the quality of live stuff. Appreciate the WASD, the extra stash tab, the Helltide changes. But let's see what the campfire has in store. But that's my opinion on it. What's your guys' opinion? Have you already had a chance to see this? Have you watched other videos? What are other people saying? I think the pet theme could be pretty cool. I think the delay on the Gauntlet is a gigantic oof, and I think people are going to be now having less faith in the Season 4 itemization change, because now people are going to be like, oh, well, is the itemization change coming in the middle of the season or whatever? Oh, well. Let me know what you think, guys. Campfire chat's coming soon. Believe me, I will be watching and paying attention, and let's see if they can clarify some of these things for us. Thank you.